one day somebody does something unspeakable to someone else, to someone you hardly knew, and you do something about it, because you can.
We get this story from Yahoo News. Despite his arrest, a stolen vehicle suspect in Burbank, California is likely counting his blessings after one of the responding officers unintentionally fired a service weapon in his direction and pierced the windshield. And the incident, according to the Burbank Police Department, unfolded on October 26th of this year about 1 a.m. while officers were looking for a white-colored Ford Econoline van stolen near the intersection of Buena Vista and Van Owen Streets. In footage of the incident released by police, responding officers are seen spotting the van at a stoplight less than a half-mile away at Buena Vista and Victory Boulevard.
We'll show you some of the video here from their dash cams and the security camera. That white van you see on the right side of the screen, Burbank Police Department says that was reported stolen. The Burbank police officers found it, they located it, and they tried to catch up with it. Now, they got behind it, and just as it got to a traffic light here, that's when they decided, okay, there's the van, we're going to box it in. So one officer puts their car in front of the van, the other officer puts the car to the rear of the van, and when they block it in, the driver officer of this car gets out to conduct what they call a high-risk traffic stop. That's when he unintentionally discharged his weapon.
And this is what happened according to body-worn camera footage.
Don't move! Don't move! Yeah, whoops. You see the gunfire there from the window. The officer has 14 years on the job, according to the Burbank Police Department. The suspect in the van was not hit by the gunfire, though I'm sure certainly shooken up. He was taken to an area hospital for some other unspecified injuries, but the Burbank Police Department clarifying tonight that he was not shot by the gunfire. But there you can see again, it was probably the shattering glass right next to his head there that caused those injuries. So Burbank Police says they are investigating this. Of course, so is the Attorney General. Anytime a weapon is discharged, they do a full police shooting, whether it was intentional or not. So, Susie, that is the very latest, and you can see that body camera video just being released.
Now, if you notice, the officer was seen raising his weapon and firing in the direction of the suspect, but as well, he fired in the direction of the responding officer at the rear of the van, his own guy. From the perspective of the camera on the police cruiser, footage shows the impact of the bullet as it strikes the upper driver's portion of the windshield, sending smoke and shards of glass into the air. Now, while he was not struck with a bullet, the suspect, who was unarmed, sustained injuries, likely from shards of glass, that required medical attention. He was taken to a nearby hospital before being arrested on suspicion of stealing the van and driving under the influence, according to the police. Now, moments after the shooting, the officer, who's a 14-year veteran of the police department, can be heard and seen letting other responding police know that he accidentally fired his gun. And though the shooting remains under investigation by Burbank Police Department and the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office, I think the Attorney General is getting involved as well. Police officials said the investigation determined that this officer-involved shooting was the result of an unintentional discharge of the involved officer's duty weapon. And it's in the video that you saw, as he fires, he goes, "Oh, shit! Oh, oops!" But you got to remember too, there were other vehicles near that van, so there were innocent bystanders in the area as well. But when you fire a weapon, and I learned this in police academy, when that bullet comes out of that barrel, whoosh, there's no pulling that baby back. It's going where it's going. So you need to know what the background is as well before you fire that weapon. You might just say, there's a suspect right there. There might be 5 kids in the back there. If you miss a suspect, or if it pierces his shoulder and goes out his back, it could keep going for 800 yards, 300 yards, 200 yards, whatever. So, or 200 meters, right? Is it meters? In the Army, it was meters. I've hit 300-meter targets, an M16A1 and an M16A2, mind you. I digress. So this officer nothing will happen. He'll probably get reprimanded. You're going to get retrained on weapons, you know. But if you or I did that, we'd be charged with discharging a firearm in public. Of course, we don't have a badge and a certification, which is, you know, police certification is basically a license to carry and license to kill. I mean, that sounds diabolical, but it really is. A lot of times the police do things that if you or I did the same thing under the same circumstances, and I'm not talking about police enforcement. I don't know. I'm opening a can of worms here. The bottom line here is this cop, he definitely needs to not be around handguns. So, I don't know, 14-year veteran. Is this the first time he's done this? It was an accident. Maybe I'm being too harsh. It was an accident. Hey, next time be more careful, right? I don't know, am I being? Let me know what you guys think.